Hey y'all, I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind ScrappyWife.com, and today I am working in my listing planner. So my listing planner is franken-planned into my full planner, and it is where I do a listing challenge each week. I have a listing challenge that goes up every month for my patrons. I don't know why my printer printed it out. So weird, but this is the May list challenge, and then I fill in with other lists as I go. But I use a lined vertical planner. This one is from the Spoonful of Faith release, which I loved. And so I like to decorate it, and then I just kind of challenge myself with some creative lists every week. So that's what I'm going to do. Today I'm going to use the new villains line from the Happy Planner. I am planning on having a scar themed listing challenge this week. So I think that is going to be super fun to include. Look at it's so pretty. It's so pretty with these bold colors. So that's the plan. That's what I'm going to do. I'll bring you guys along with me. I will link everything that I end up using down below. Again, my printable listing challenge is available to all tiers of Patreon. So if you want to check out that challenge, then click the link for my Patreon down below as well. I release a new one every month. And if you join, I can always send you the ones from the previous months as well. All right, let's go. What I love about working on these spreads every week is that they are just really low pressure and just for fun. I can use as many stickers or as few stickers as I want. I don't worry too much about keeping a ton of writing space because these are just lists and prompts, and oftentimes I don't get it all filled up, all the lines filled up, but it's just something to kind of keep my creativity going, keep my reflection going each evening. So if you didn't catch it, I did do a kind of a weekly plan with me on how I get into my planners every week. That was a Patreon request from one of my amazing patrons. And really, I decorate these spreads during the weekend and then I touch base during the week at different times. And so that's what happens with these list spreads. I don't necessarily address one big list a day, but just kind of hop around, fill in what I can, what comes to me, and I don't worry too much if it doesn't get all the way filled in. It's just how it goes with these spreads. All right, so I'm going to start by anchoring the page over here. I tried to behave, but I got bored. Perfect. And then I found this washi tape in my stash, and you guys, it is so cool. It's like these little kind of streaks of this green glitter foil washi tape, and it's just going to be perfect underneath each of the boxes here at the top. So what I do is in that top row of boxes, I write the different categories that I'm listing out for that current week, and then I fill in the lists below, and I use boxes and stickers and just all kinds of fun stuff just to have fun. There's no right or wrong way to do a list project. I know several of my patrons are working through it in like a traveler's notebook. Many of them are just keeping them in their planners, in their notes pages, in the back of their planners. It's just kind of a fun activity, a little burst of creativity and reflection throughout your week that I've really been enjoying for 2022. This particular set of villain stickers is the big size. It's designed for a big teacher planner. And so I did have a little bit of trouble working with some of the boxes just because they did take up a lot of room, and I try to stay kind of within the lines as much as I can. So we're going to go for it on this spread. I'm going to grab this big book, and at first I thought, you know what, I'm never going to use these black ones, but here we go. This is like a gunmetal kind of silver. It's not typical silver foil. It's not quite as shiny as before, and it's going to definitely set the tone because there is Scar, and we will layer that over this box, and that will be perfect. So I really didn't see myself using these in another spread necessarily, so I don't mind just going for some of the big stickers here. Once I had chosen one of those black background stickers, I knew I was going to need to use several more. So I went ahead and picked them out. They're kind of sitting on my fingers there. And then I grabbed a box and I will layer a few of them around the box. I love this one that says dream big. I think that is so funny to include with Scar because he had big dreams. He had big dreams for himself. So kind of coming from that villain perspective. So we will layer right here with the little silhouette of Scar, and that way I have that same foil look on either side of the page. And then I want to include another big box, but it was that arch box and I just couldn't figure out how to include it and not take up all of the writing space. So like I said, I don't worry too much about the writing, but I do need some room to write. So we'll go with this right here, kind of titling the page with Scar. And then I like the clear versions in this villains release. So there was a lot of holographic one in the last release, and that was cool, but a little bit difficult for me personally to use on my pages. So I liked getting to layer with more of the clear stickers. This is from the black and white collection, and it's a black box, and we're going to include it with another one of those clear stickers, Scar looking off in a different direction, roaring, and I love getting to have that box right there. And then I want one more box. We'll go with one of these black boxes right here. I'm just going to turn it and include it over in the bottom. Again, I try to, make sure it knows it belongs with a certain column, because each column is going to be a different list. And then I need to layer with it, and we're going to bring in some green down here with this good to be bad sticker. It'll go right here in the corner, but first I need to grab my whiteout. I want to white out this line, and then sometimes I like to apply whiteout directly to the sticker. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just putting it in a line on the sticker. That way I can get it in exactly where I want it on the sticker. Like I wanted it to hit right where that D was for bad. And so anyway, it worked out really well for me. And there's times when I find it easier to just put the whiteout on the back of the clear sticker rather than on my paper. So I'm going to add a few splatters here and there just to kind of bring that feel around the page. Otherwise, it's time to start looking at what my list prompts are going to be for the week. As always, I'm going to use my Tombow lettering pen and then reference the list prompts that I have given to all of my Patreon members. And again, that's good for all the tiers of Patreon. So the lowest tier over at Patreon is $3 a month, and you get early access to all my videos, and then you definitely get these prompts and access to a few other things. So every week I include gratitude, weekly wins, and in the news as 3 of my lists. Then I will fill in the rest with some other listing prompts just for fun, and this spread will be done. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider hitting that subscribe button as well as the bell notification button. I will link all of the supplies that I used down below, so you can be sure to check out those links if you're interested in picking up any of these sticker books. I want to give a huge shout out to my Patreon members. Thank you all so much for your support. We're having a ton of fun over on Patreon, so if you want to join us, then check out the link for Patreon in the description box below. Other than that, I hope that you all have a fabulous day, and as always, keep it creative.